Today I'd like to introduce you to a small project I've recently published. This Brainmade mark here is something I will be attaching to any works of mine that were mostly made by me or my friends, not by generative AI tools like GPT. I've built a small website at brainmade.org with high-resolution black or white versions of the logo available for download and attaching to your own projects if you'd like to. I want to be clear today about my reasoning for building this. I don't hate AIs. I love humans. My video scripts are dedicated to the public domain. Everything you see here, script, links and images, are part of a Markdown document available freely on GitHub at the above address. I've been thinking about this topic since my GPT and AI video in 2023, where I described the current crop of large language models as giving everyone 1,000 interns. And just like interns, they are not always right, but they are enthusiastic and confident when delivering their work. I don't hate AI-generated content, but it's kinda disappointing when you find out something cool was AI-made, right? I saw this post from Bridget on Mastodon last month, and I get the feeling that she and I would agree on this point. Even if the artistic output looks and reads and sounds the same, there's something really good about knowing another human made it. LLMs certainly have huge ethical concerns, but that's not the root problem for me forever. They also don't really work very well. When, not if, ethical models are built and powered by 100% solar power, I still want to hear your dumbass poems, read your embarrassing fanfic, and listen to your nasty beats. Though these days I'm a video and audio producer, at heart I'm still a software developer. I'll reuse 100 libraries to avoid writing 10 lines of code. Standing on the shoulders of giants is the only way I know how to get around. But I've looked for a way to mark my videos and stories as being made by humans, not AI, and I couldn't find one that worked in exactly the way I want. I have many issues with the options I've seen so far, from having multiple logos, which is confusing, to the fixation on AI being inherently evil. This will simply not always be the case. My root concern with these methods is they are negative. AI equals bad. But I think the correct way to present this is human equals good. I don't need 100% human-made. What would that even mean these days? I perhaps need 90% human-made. 3 examples may make my thinking clearer. Using, say, ChatGPT as a rhyming dictionary feels fine, but writing whole verses of your poem with it doesn't. Using DALL-E to start brainstorming 100 generated views of birds sitting on telephone lines seems fine, but getting it to paint large sections of your final artwork doesn't. Asking a text generator to give you 10 happy-sounding synonyms for despair does spark joy in me, but asking it to write your anti-transcendentalist masterpiece does not. And using Copilot to speed up programming low-value boilerplate code is of course fine. This is simply advanced autocomplete, literally what this technology was made for. Using these generative tools to make more of the artwork you want is valid, but in doing so you've not become a creator. You've stepped into the role of curator, cataloguing artwork that you like the look of. I'm not sure exactly what too much AI is, but just like your audience, I'll know it when I see it. I love knowing that a human made the artwork I'm consuming. There's something there, something transcendent and magical. When you make something yourself, you learn something, and when I see what you've made, I'm inspired to learn it too. I like that you tried hard. That's part of the experience. I'm not a human supremacist either. I write about AIs, real AIs, and of course by that I mean fictional AIs, AGIs, every single day for my speculative sci-fi show Lost Terminal. When real artificial intelligence is created, I'll have to retire this mark. In the timeline of my story, it happens in about 50 years, so we've all got a bit of time left. Text-based large language models are autocorrect trained on the entire internet with enough complexity to pass the Turing test. Nothing more, nothing less. That's pretty incredible, right? We've brute-forced natural language I/O in such a grand way that it's easy to misinterpret for actual intelligence. Yes, there's some investor baiting going on with using AI in places it doesn't belong. Nonetheless, there is plenty of utility in these methods, so it's foolish to demonize the technology itself. I hope the Brainmade mark emphasizes this goal. As I've said before on this channel, smash the pots, burn the paintings. The art isn't the art. The art is never the art. The art is the thing that happens inside you when you make it, and the feeling in the heart of the beholder. I like writing my bad poetry, and I like reading your great poetry. I like making my mediocre music, and I like listening to your great music, and figuring out how to imitate it and make my own cover versions. I didn't used to like how my voice sounds on a recording, but with practice and copying others, I do now. Good artists copy, great artists steal. I sure hope this is still true. Don't let OpenAI steal the art for you. Steal the damn work for yourself, and we'll all learn something. Thank you. If you would like to support my channel, get early ad-free and tracking-free videos, your name in the credits, or one-to-one mentoring, head to my Patreon or Ko-fi. I've got a new fiction podcast out called The Phosphine Catalogue. If you like mysteries and art, check it out. If you're interested in transhumanism and hope punk, please check out my weekly sci-fi audio fiction podcast, Lost Terminal. Or if urban fantasy is more your bag, do listen to a strange and beautiful podcast I produce every full moon called Modem Prometheus. Transcripts and compiled checked markdown source code are available on GitHub, links in the description, and corrections are in the pinned ERRATA comment. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you on Discord.